Okay, this is a test of a program where you can quite clearly see what that program is. If you can't see it, just fucking tear your eyes out because you don't make any use of them anyways. You don't need them. The program's called Dxtory, and I discovered this 2 days ago. Holy shit, it puts FRAPS to shame. It is better in almost every way except for a few things. Number one, can't record stereoscopic 3D. I have made a request for this feature. It hasn't been responded to yet, but hopefully that's somewhere on the developer's development map. Also, another thing that Dxtory fails at is something that I will tell you as soon as I remember what it was. There was one other thing I remember. Let me think to FRAPS' features. Oh yes. And one of the things I'm actually, and that ties into one of the things I'm recording. I mean, shit. Forget I just said anything in the past 6 seconds or 8 seconds. 10 seconds by now, but fuck, just... Okay, starting over. What was I talking about? Fuck. Okay, I got it. One of the things that I am testing right now is the feature that Dxtory has of recording audio to multiple streams. As you may know, if you record your input device, such as your microphone, with FRAPS, it will, unfortunately, record into the same audio stream your audio from your game and from your voice recording. Now this is a problem because that means you can't go and process your audio from your speaking separate from the game, and that's not too great. Now, where that ties into a feature that Dxtory doesn't have that FRAPS does is because you can't make Dxtory do that. You always record into 2 separate streams. Now for me, that's not a problem because I have the required software to deal with that. I've got video editing software. I've got audio editing software so that even if I didn't want to go into Premiere and deal with it, I could just go into Audition and put the audio tracks down, mix them into stereo, or I actually don't have any experience doing that, but I could figure it out. And so I could do that and get it into the same track, and then I could mux it using YAMB, yet another MP4 box thing, whatever it's called. YAMB is what it's called. Yet another MP4 box, I think is what it stands for. And so I can just put that into a MP4 that has been transcoded. Now, I'm just doing this video to test it. One of the benefits of this is also the game will run, like right now it's running at 100 frames per second, but it is recording at 30 frames per second. It's not locking my game frame rate to the frame rate that it's recording at, which FRAPS will do, and I'll never understand it because FRAPS isn't supposed to do that unless you activate an option, lock FPS to recording rate, but I never have that checked, but I still get FPS locked. So I'm liking that as well. And also you can create profiles for each game or each DirectX or OpenGL thing that it detects that it can access and record. So for Assassin's Creed, I made my profile record to a specific folder. So So all my videos that I record of this game go into a folder. If I play another game I want to record, it will go into that folder. Pretty nice, pretty fantastic. So I'm not really doing anything in game, I'm just talking. Just testing. I'm actually on a mission for a lovely book lady. But I'm not going to do that while I'm recording because I don't want to. I mean, simple as that, you're just going to have to accept that. I don't want to. Alright, I think that is enough for a test recording. I am another awesome feature that I want to mention is that you can choose what codec the capture footage is written with, which means you don't have to be stuck with the FRAPS codec, which isn't really that great. So right now I am using Lagarith, which I have had on my system for a long time because I use it for video production, and it actually works really nice for this. And it's a lossless codec, of course, and I changed the settings so that it isn't the complete perfect lossless mode, so it compresses it a bit, and the compression rate is better than FRAPS, and it's also less demanding on my system to do it. So all around, loving the program. It costs like 48,000 yen. The guy is Japanese, obviously, but he's got PayPal, so that's not an issue. So I'm really loving it, and I may buy it just, even though it doesn't have stereoscopic support at the moment, I may buy it just for like 2D recording because it's so amazing. It's great to get some competition because FRAPS has been just stagnant for so long. I mean, I've been really disappointed with FRAPS because it doesn't add any new features on a reasonable schedule. But as far as I know, it's the only game in town for stereoscopic recording. I would love to have Dxtory support it because Dxtory comes with all these features. I haven't even mentioned everything. I mentioned the biggest, most amazing ones, but I would love for stereoscopic support so I can make use of everything that has to offer. Oh, another thing I want to mention is right now I'm playing dual GPU mode. This is a DirectX 9 game. FRAPS cannot record this at more than like 20 frames per second. The multi-GPU bug is in effect in this game with FRAPS. Dxtory get in not great performance because this game is very CPU bound. It's a single thread, so my CPU is the bottleneck and my GPUs are at half strength at the moment. However, I do get the full 30 frames per second while recording in dual GPU mode, in DirectX 9 mode, due to the fact that there is a multi-GPU fix option that you can check because the developer is aware of this issue and fixed it in his program, which FRAPS has not addressed. So, holy shit, this program's awesome. I'm gonna do this. I've been talking long enough.
What do you need?
Goodbye.
Tulips, white, if you have them.
Oh yeah, by the way, this is Brazilian's Game. My name's Icro, blah blah blah. See ya.
There's something else, perhaps.
Okay, I'm back. I can't believe I forgot to mention this. But the Dxtory also has a vastly improved FPS indicator. It will tell you the FPS of the game, and it will tell you the FPS of the file that is being written to the hard disk. So right now it's showing me 30 frames per second. My game is running at about 55 frames per second. And it's a solid 30 for this video file that's being written. I mean, you can't ask for more. Can't ask for more. The performance does take a hit since this game is CPU bound, and obviously Dxtory needs to use the CPU a lot to encode the logarithm video. But it's pretty good. Other games should work a lot better than this one, even though this is totally acceptable. So that's it. Sorry about the big ass Dxtory icon, but that's what happens when you don't own it. So, take care everyone. Have a good fucking life.